Hi, my name is Tarun, and today I'm going to use the hypermedia system Dash in order to showcase a technique that I found useful to both learn as well as teach music theory. Music theory is often a complicated and frustrating topic for beginners who are just starting out learning an instrument. Keeping our goal in mind, where this platform is to act as both a place where people upload useful material as well as a place where people come to learn, I have separated various topics by collection, where each collection is horizontally scalable. Since Dash is unbounded, anyone can add content horizontally with an unlimited bound. Users start off here, and this start button links to our contents repository. That is the central repository that links to the collections that we have so far. On the right is a trail that I have created that takes us through our various collections. Each of this is also linked to the collection. History is a good place to start off when learning any new topic. For music theory, the famous Greek mathematician Pythagoras played an influential role in its initial development. Here's a PDF that I've embedded using Dash's embedding feature that enables a user to dwell deeper into the history of music theory. Why music theory is important can be seen in the first few seconds of this video.
At the beginning of the 11th century, in the small town of Arezzo, Italy, lived a Benedictine monk named Guido, who wrote a piece of music that would become the basis for teaching the musical scale. He probably used an existing melody and used an existing hymn text, but the genius was combining the two to make a tool for teaching the notes of the musical scale. Before this, music was usually taught by rote, which meant the teacher would sing the music over and over and over until the students learned it. It's like how you learn to sing a pop song just by listening to it over and over again. You've never seen the sheet music for it, but after hearing it 50 times or so, you can sing it with a fair bit of accuracy.
The video on the right here is that first scale that Guido made. Moving on, we go to one of the longest trails that we have currently, which is the basics of music theory. So this brings us to the question of what music is anyway. This is just sound, but this is something that one would classify as music. People have come to a consensus that music is composed of four key components: pitch, duration, timbre, and intensity. Pitch is just the same note but played higher or lower. We will explore notes later in the section, but here's a demonstration of me using the A note to demonstrate pitch. Going back to where we came from, that was just the same note A, but played in various pitches. That's why it sounds kind of similar but different at the same time. Duration is just how long a note was played. Timbre, and it's pronounced timbre, not timbre, is just the same notes, which is the notes we had here, but played on different instruments. That is why a guitar sounds different from a flute, which sounds different from a piano. Intensity is just how strong or weak a note was played. Other aspects of music include texture and instrumentation, form, and genre. Coming to notes, Western music typically uses 12 notes, and a piano is a useful instrument while learning music theory, as everything is laid out neatly in front of you. So notes repeat in a cycle. We have just 7 main notes: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it just repeats again. So we have A, B, C. In between C and D, we have a note called C sharp or D flat, either name. Between D and E, D sharp or E flat. I have used a feature of Dash, that is annotations here, to signify that B and E do not have any sharps. Here is a note that lets the user jump to either 12-tone equal temperaments, or if they want more practical knowledge, they can jump to scales. Moving on in our trail, we come to one of my favorite topics in music theory, which is 12-tone equal temperament. This is a bit complicated to understand, but at the essence of it is that each note is actually not equally spaced in the realm of sound. That's why a flute that is tuned to the key of C is perfectly tuned to the key of C, such that the distance between C and D are these numbers over here. But the problem is the flute can only be played in the key of C, while a guitar, which is actually tuned in 12-tone equal temperament and not just intonation, can play various other scales. This is because in this image, in 12-tone equal temperaments, the guitar has divided all the notes equally, but in other instruments, the notes are tuned to achieve pure intervals. Moving on to the last main collection that we have is one of the most important topics in music theory that are scales. A scale is just a set of musical notes ordered by fundamental frequency or pitch. The C major scale is a nice scale to start off with as it has no sharps and flats. And since by now we know what pitch is and we know what the notes are, and the notes of the C major scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again, here's me with a demonstration of the C major scale, but in various pitches. Finally, this is the last collection for miscellaneous materials where I have put information for color, palette, and typography so that any other user, if they want to extend it, can stay on theme. And for a bit of motivation, if you study music theory long enough, you can compose something like this, which is Dance of Eternity by Dream Theater. This song actually has 108 time signature changes in just 7 minutes. And that is why learning music theory is fun. And that's the end of my presentation.